What's up, you guys? It's Susie from HeyGrillHey.com, and today we are firing up the griddle for my take on these beautiful steaky cheese steak sandwiches loaded with ribeye and all of these yummy, yummy things. And I want to show you how to make it in your own backyard. Let's do it. Before we cook anything on these cheese steaks, we want to prep all of our ingredients and make sure that everything is set and ready to go. Things move really fast on a hot griddle, and so your prep makes a world of difference. So here are the key players for our griddled cheese steaks. We've got 2 ribeyes. These are certified Angus prime. You want high quality ribeyes because you need that fat content for a really yummy, melt in your mouth fatty sandwich. Pop these into the freezer for about 30 minutes before you slice. It'll help you get a more consistent, thin slice as you're cutting through it, as it firms up all of the fat and the meat. 2 green bell peppers, 1 onion. I'm using a sweet onion because that's what I like. I like that caramelized flavor. You need some butter, your cheese of choice. I am a fan of the Whiz. Todd is not, so I got him some provolone. You can also use white American cheese. You need your seasoning, salt and pepper, garlic are classics. I'm gonna be using my beef rib because it has all of that and a little bit more. And then of course, some hoagie rolls. We've got our hair up, our ingredients out. It's time to get to work. Lots of slicing. My cutting board was slippery and it was bugging me. Wet paper towel, table, cutting board. No more slippery cutting board. Save your fingers. Before we start slicing our steaks thin for the cheese steak sandwiches, I'm gonna take off some of the hard exterior fat. We wanna keep all of the intramuscular fat, but that hard, knobby, rough stuff is not gonna really break down in the quick cooking time, and it's gonna make for a less desirable texture in our final sandwich. You don't have to chuck these beautiful pieces of beef fat. You can pop them in a bag and freeze them. Render them next time you're making tallow, or pop them in with leaner grinds to make your own really yummy, fatty burger grind. Our steaks are ready, so it's time to start slicing. Sharp knife, flat cutting board, cold meat, very thin slices. Everything's prepped, it's time to head out to the griddle. Here's how these cheese steaks are gonna go down. You want your griddle preheated to medium-high heat. We're gonna melt a couple tablespoons of butter directly on the flat top. Put our buns cut side down to toast. This only takes 1 to 2 minutes, but having toasty, warm buns makes a huge difference in the final product. Take those off, set them aside. Then we're gonna move on to our vegetables. A couple more tablespoons of butter. This is not a diet dish. This is a flavorful dish. Add in your onions and peppers. Cook those for just 1 to 2 minutes. Make some room on your griddle, a little bit more butter, and then you're gonna add in your steak. If you have a smaller griddle or even just a cast iron skillet, I would do this in batches. So cook your veggies first, take them off, then cook your meat. What you really need for this steak is room for everything to breathe. If it's too crowded, you're gonna end up steaming your steak. We want those crispy, brown, crunchy, sizzly, delicious edges. So put them all down, spread them out, give those a couple minutes, and then give them a flip to the other side. Again, keeping them spaced, and then we're gonna mix together our veggies. We're gonna mix together our steak, and we're gonna top with cheese. If you're using sliced cheese like provolone or American, portion your cooked meat and vegetables into 4 separate piles. Top each with a couple of slices of cheese. If you're doing Cheese Whiz, that can go directly on the bun. Take your toasted buns, put them on top of your meat and veggie and cheese pile so it reheats those buns, and then they're ready to come off the griddle and fold up into perfect little cheesesteak sandwiches. Wow. said, almond cheese whiz girl. This is about as classic and simple as you can get it, but of course you can add in anything you would like. Mushrooms, I'm a big fan of cherry peppers, jalapenos if you like a little extra spice. There's a cheesesteak place here in town that does a pizza steak with marinara and provolone and pepperoni, and it's banging. But I think if you're gonna get started, this is the way to go. Oh, gosh. I need a minute. So, the toasty buns, the crispy, rendered, fatty edges of that ribeye, and the sweet caramelized onions and peppers. This is everything a delicious cheesesteak could be, and it took very little amount of time to put it together. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Let me know what you think and what other griddle recipes you want to see in the future, because we're gonna be making a lot more. See you guys next time.
Cheers.